Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Ragnarok from the Red Forge and this is Terraria episode 2. So last we left off, I had pretty much just completed my first house. I don't know where Asher the guide went, but I've spent very minimal amount of time just kind of getting my way up to 50 silver coins. I still have all my items in my inventory. I should probably not do that. I should probably put them in a chest. So night is approaching rapidly, and I'm not sure that I want to go adventuring right now. So I'm going to do a quick little sort of like mini tutorial to teach you guys how to make a really good looking house using the living wood wand and the leaf wand. These were two items that I got in the last episode in the living tree that's just over here on my minimap. Every time you go down here and into this little room down there, there will always 100% be a living wood wand and a leaf wand, both of them. And then there's just other loot around there, such as there could be a living loom, which allows you to make living wood furniture and stuff. I'll get to furniture later, but if you can't see up where my cursor is, it's the mini-map. Over on the right side of my screen, the little room down there is where you'll find this loot. So since nighttime is coming, I am going to want to light up my workspace a lot. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Enemies will be spawning semi-frequently, being that there's only one other NPC. Like, I guess I'm not an NPC, I'm a very PC. But there's only one NPC, and I don't have anything to kind of keep the enemies from coming at me. So I might have to fight them off. I'm not sure if there's a sunflower around here, but if you are lucky enough to find a sunflower, those will actually keep enemies from spawning. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be a sunflower for quite a long time on my map, but they won't like completely prevent enemies from spawning. You can't just cover your world in sunflowers and then no enemies will spawn. It just reduces their spawn rate, and that would be like really helpful to me right now. But since I don't have any, I'm just gonna have to brave the storm and try and build my house while I'm fighting off all these enemies. So the first thing that you're going to need is a lot of wood. Because what these do is, it says here, consumes wood. That means that every time you place a living wood block or you place a leaf block, it's going to take wood out of your inventory. So I already have 250, and that should be okay. And what I'm going to do, as far as the house design goes, is I'm going to build a living tree that's kind of coming out of this house that I already have, and it's going to be sort of it's like the house down here is contained in the tree's roots. So I'm gonna want my living wood wand up here with my leaf wand and my wood, because I'm not just going to I'm not just going to be there's gonna have to be a house part to this, and so the house will be contained in the branches or the leaves of the tree. Sorry, it's gonna be kind of fun to watch me try and fight off all these enemies while at the same time trying to build a good looking house. Like, the worst is going to be when the eyes come and start attacking me. So anyway, the first thing I think I want to do is this. These two blocks are the center of my house. I'm going to want to build a bit up, and this will be like my trunk. And I'm going to want to make it look more natural. So I'll have it sort of widening on these ends and this end there. Now I'm going to take my hammer and I'm going to slope these, as you can see here, so that it doesn't look so blocky and edgy. There we go. And there. And now that I have that, I'm gonna want the actual like house. So let's see. I'm going to take my Actually, let's expand this just a little bit. So we got this, and then we got this. Let's go up like one more, like that should be good. And now I'm going to take my regular wood. I'm not going to use the wands. I'm going to use just the wood. And I'm going to build out like this and up just like that. I'm not going to make it as tall as I could possibly go because I do want this house to feel like it's smaller. I want it to kind of feel like a tree house. And just for fun, I'm gonna I'm gonna build basically a loft up here that will have a kind of patio sort of thing. You'll see. I'm kind of just making this up as I go. Now I think I'm gonna want to make the branches because the tree does not stop here. It's gonna like come up and it's gonna have branches kind of sticking out of it. Here, I need to get up there, so time to explain these. These are wooden platforms. They're super cheap to make, and once you make them, you can turn them back into whatever you made them out of. And they are really useful because, as you can see, I can place them here, jump up here, and then I can stand here, but I'm not stuck. I can also press the down key, which is S, like it's just normally S, and I can just drop down whenever I want. So now I'm gonna take away this wood here, and oh, here comes one of those demon eyes I was talking about. Try and catch him on fire. Oh, he made it into the house. He made it into the house. He made it. Ah, I didn't expect him to make it into the house. And now everyone's walking away because they're like, well, he's dead. So I'm sure you've noticed these zombies here with the creepy golf club looking things. Well, in expert mode, some of the zombies decide that just plain attacking you isn't enough, so they rip their freaking arms off and use them as swords to try and kill you. And they will deal a lot more damage, and as you can imagine, having two arms gives you a lot more range as well. So these guys are I mean, I've already killed the two that were like that, but they're really dangerous, and you really want to stay away. They deal a lot of damage. Then there's just normal zombies. You'll see them on normal mode as well, but you know, they don't deal as much damage. They don't have the range. Anyway, back to the tree. I'm not even sure I'll be able to get back up there because I kind of was building myself up. So in that case, I'm gonna want some rope so that I can get back up here. Like I said, building at night, it will be a challenge. Yep. Oh, I didn't make it over. Okay, at least I didn't die. There we go. Like in the previous episode, you can make rope coils and you can just shoot. I'm pretty sure that they'll just go straight forever, so you don't have to worry about that. Actually, this gives me an idea. This is a tree house, and what does every iconic tree house in the world have? It has a rope ladder leading up into a secret entrance. So I mean, I'm not just going to get up here once and then be done with it. I'm going to want to come up here multiple times. So we'll take our rope that we just grabbed and just kind of boop and one off the ground so that we're not making it too easy for ourselves. And now if we hold up, we can latch onto that and just kind of jump up here. And I don't want an obelisk here, so... okay, so now that we're up higher, we can continue making the branches that we were before we were so rudely interrupted by the zombie apocalypse. And so for this patio sort of thing, I'm going to make a branch that's kind of coming up and out here. Perfect. And then I'm going to, not now, but later, take some actually, yeah, right now. I'm going to take enough platforms to fill this in there. And that's good. Okay, so now we have the shape of our building, and we have the, tree around it. But this is right now kind of looking like an old, decrepit, spooky Halloween tree. We don't want that. So now we switch to our leaf wand, and it's starting to get to be morning, so it's getting a little bit brighter. Things are getting brighter. And now we start filling in, I'll just go inside for now. We start filling in all of the empty space with leaves. We can fill that in here. So, get out of here. Get out. Get. For now, we don't want to be, we just want basic shape here. So we want to fill in stuff that we know will have leaves, and then we'll, give it kind of a tree-ish shape later. I know I'm going to want this, and this, and maybe something here. Now we just got to start filling it in, sort of. So make sure that all of your branches are covered, because there's no tree in the world, I don't think, that just has random branches sticking out of the leaves. So we're going to want to make sure that those are all covered. And, I mean, make your tree look luscious. It's, you're going to be looking at this for quite a while, so you want to make sure that it looks good. And we're going to make sort of a leaf overcropping here, some leaves here, and we'll put 2 things here, and then we'll hit this top block once with the hammer to give it a sort of half block slope. Then we'll shoot the demon eye with our flame stick. Okay. And then we will die, I think. Nope, we lived. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'll just close off this platform here. So now we got our little porch thing working here. We got our leaves making it look all luscious and beautiful. Let's see. We can come down here and fill in these leaves. Yeah, okay. I'll fill in this part over here later. But now that you've done that, you want to take your hammer and just start, smoothing out these things by turning them into half blocks and slopes and all that neat stuff. It's finally morning. The zombies are all running away. See, it just makes it look so much more natural. It just makes it look so much better. And you could even go up here and make this like that, so it kind of does there, and that, and this. It's looking pretty great, if I do say so myself. And of course, give it a sort of circly shape, Make it look good, is what you want to do. And of course, you don't have to build a tree house in order to use some of the things here. I really like building houses with just little patios. It makes it look a lot more open, I think. You can use the rope ladder technique. You've learned about platforms now. There's just, you don't need to specifically build a tree. I mean, this is Terraria. You build what you want. But hopefully I've taught you a thing or two about houses. And now that we actually have built a house, we want someone to move into it. So what we're going to do once I round off these edges here, because I do like my trees looking not like squares. Gotta reach. Okay, let me. Another thing, I'm not gonna do it here because I don't want it looking too much like an overgrown tree. But one thing I've seen people do is they'll take blocks of dirt and they'll put grass on it using either a staff of growth, which I'll talk about later, or something else, and they'll turn it into a grass block, and it's green, so it matches the tree, but it also causes vines to grow down from it, which is really cool because then it's a tree with vines. I'm not going to do that to this tree because it's, you don't walk through the suburbs and you see a tree with vines hanging off of it. Of course, you don't walk through the suburbs and see a house with a tree growing out of it either, but, you know. Now that we've got this tree sort of all hashed out, I'm just going to fill it in with some wood walls. And we'll get talking about furniture and decorations. So if I just make this, you know, looking all beautiful like this, it looks great, and I'm not going to put anything out on the patio because it's not supposed to. I could do something like this, though, and make that look more like a floor. No one's going to move in there because there's no furniture. NPCs need at least one chair and at least one table, a source of light, and a way to get out. I am good as far as the door, because it doesn't literally need to be a door like this. It just needs to be some way to get out. I'm not sure if this rope will cover it. I don't think it counts as a floor, but also as a way to get out. But if this was just 2 platforms, then yeah, they can get out no problem. And that would count as a door. But that doesn't really matter right now. If I check it, it'll say something like needs lighting, needs a chair, needs a table. So that's what I need to do. So I'm going to actually take this living wood stuff that I had earlier, because even though I placed it here in order to get him to move in, my plan was ultimately to put it in here just to make it look nice and stuff. So we can like place a table here, we can place a chair here, we can go up here, we can place a chair there so that we can, you know, we can't actually sit down, but, you know, sit down and just kind of watch the sunset on this beautiful landscape, which I'm so glad my world generated with, because it looks awesome. And so we got that down. And if we just kind of put lighting right there, you know, let me check. I think it might even be too small. Not a valid housing. Let me just steal from right there. Take that. Put this here. And let's see if this is a valid housing. Yeah, okay, so that's a valid housing. It's just the rope right there makes it seem like an incomplete house. And so he will not move in there. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, no, I can't move him down there because I took the furniture. Yeah, I just really quickly have to make a chair to put down there, if you guys don't mind. Just a normal wooden chair. Bloop, and now he can live here, so. So now this is starting to look a little bit better. If I had a living loom, I really wish that the loom would have spawned in that chest down there. I can show you guys, like, the special living wood furniture. It looks great. You can make things like candelabras, lamps, candles, chandeliers, couches, clocks, chests, all this great stuff. But unfortunately, this chest that I'm holding here did not spawn with one. So we're just going to do our best to make this look pretty nice, and I do think, I don't mean to brag, but it does look pretty nice if you ask me. And then we do have our living wood door that we can... This is, this room right here, even if I did place a table, a chair, and a light source, it is way too small. I know that for a fact. But yeah, look at that. We have a nice looking tree house that NPCs can move into if you just don't mind about this rope here. I'm pretty sure that did just take up most of the tutorial, or this, at least this episode. But I thought it'd just be cool if you guys, you know, got to see what making a house kind of looks like. You got to keep in mind how big it is. You got to keep in mind where the furniture is going to go, all that stuff. But, you know, people can make really cool looking houses. Like, whether or not NPCs actually live in them, that's up to you. You can just have a house that looks really nice. I mean, just for the sake of survival, though, I am going to... Actually, you know what? They just added an item in 1.3 that allows you to... It's a trap door, basically. Kind of like... Oh, you've been killing slimes over here. But it's basically a trap door like the ones in Minecraft. If you've ever played that game, I did a video on it on my channel. And I think I just need some more wood before I can craft that. I think I'm going to place that up there because I did say a rope ladder with a trap door. So I'll put the trap door up there, and then I'm pretty sure it'll look good and an NPC can move into it. So do. Okay. So I guess this episode is just mostly about, you know, houses, how to make them work. I will spruce up this house a little bit more, so that it kind of looks better. Oh, I had all these wood walls I could have just turned back into wood, I guess, instead of having to go out and get more. One extra piece of wood. I'll just, like, hide it somewhere, like, I go bloop. There we go. So I'm gonna spruce up this house, and then maybe we'll just, like, head down here into this space that I blocked up previously. Who knows? There's so much to be done before, you know, I, like, actually start adventuring and stuff. I need to get more armor. I need to get more loot. I just need to be better prepared for the world out there. Okay, so let's see. Yep, here we go. Trap door. 4 iron. 4 iron. Yeah, whatever. For the sake of looking nice, you know. And then doot. I'll make myself the sword just for, you know, to have a sword. And then there was one more thing I saw that I wanted to do. What was that? Holy smoke, I just saw it. Oh yes, fences. I wanted to... Fences you can turn back into wood, so you don't have to worry if you make too much of those. But they look really nice. For instance, if I just... Doot. Then I could even go like one here and then one up there. And look at that. Look at how much better that looks already. Then I just kind of doot, and then I doot. And then I do a little doot. And then look at that. Beautiful. I don't think it can open downwards. I don't think it can at all, but it definitely won't be able to since there's rope there. And you can still jump up and everything. Is this still a valid housing? Yes, it is. So now that I have exactly 50 silver coins, for some reason I don't have my previous 60. Must have been when I died. That's pretty lucky that I still have exactly 50 now, though, because an NPC will be able to spawn. It's starting to turn night time, but hopefully he'll still have enough time to spawn, because they do not spawn at night. But while I'm away, it'll just kind of say down here where the chat box usually is, like Mercer or Humphrey or whatever his name is, the merchant has spawned. But anyway, I digress. I said we would explore down here, and I'm going to fulfill that. We're going down, and we're going to see what's down here, and hopefully it's something good. Okay, what did I do with this? I put it somewhere. No, this wasn't extra. Okay, so we're gonna go down there. We're gonna see if there's any good loot to be had. It's gonna be great. We're probably not gonna find much, but who knows? You never really know. You never know. So just gonna... Oh, look at that. Seymour the Merchant has arrived before I made my trek, and he has decided to join Asher in the pit. I should probably build a way up for them, and there he is. I think all the NPCs got a little like rehashing of their textures, and as you can see, he sells a whole bunch of things. He's got shuriken rope, the sickle, which is really nice, mining helmet, piggy bank, iron anvil, bug net, copper pickaxe, copper axe, torch, lesser healing potion, lesser mana potion, wooden arrows, a bunch of stuff. And now if I have items that I don't want, like say I get a better magic weapon, I can sell this later. Anyway, it's starting to become night. Let's dive into the depths of this place. Oh, it wasn't that much. Oh, look at that. What did I tell you? It's Terraria. Anything can happen. We have a loot chest. Who knows what's in it? And we got some tin down here. We got a nice little sanctuary. Maybe I'll keep this. Like, normally I would probably fill this all in with dirt, but this looks pretty neat. I think I'll, like, keep it. I'll just, like, make sure it's all lit up and stuff. And that's not going to keep enemies from spawning either, those of you who have played Minecraft. Enemies will spawn regardless of light level, regardless of depth. Well, I guess different enemies spawn at different depths. Like, you won't find green slime spawning in the underworld. But, the things that keep enemies from spawning are the amount of NPCs around. The more NPCs you have, the less they will spawn. So if you have all your NPCs in one place, like a town basically, there will not be any enemies. And then there are potions, there are accessories, all that kind of lower the spawn rates. There are, if you place sunflowers around, those keep enemies from despawning. I mean, those keep enemies from spawning. And then there's a sort of candle that you can make that will keep enemies from spawning. That's new in 1.3, and it's pretty awesome if you ask me. I love it a lot. And anyway, we got this herb bag. So let's see, we got a lot from that. We got deathweed seeds, moonglow, blinkroot. Plants are useful for making potions and stuff. You can brew them into potions. I'll probably get into that later. But yeah, we've got some pretty basic armor and weapons. Actually, I'm gonna go see if before the night ends, I'm gonna see if I can get some more cactus to finish off my armor. I at least have I have one accessory, I think, the shackle, which you can get off of zombies. So that gives you like 1 defense, and the modifier on this gives me some mana, I think. So doot. I feel like an explorer. It does take it's taking a bit more cactus than I thought it would to make this armor, but you know, wow, that is a lot of vultures over there. I better just like make a preemptive strike. Come on, almost got you. Almost. I don't think I don't see you. I've seen you. I saw you crawl out of your pit. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this all night long when more enemies start spawning. But I think vultures only spawn during the— oh gosh, now there are 2 over there. I gotta use a recall potion or something, or else I'll run into those guys. You just die. And then here, I could probably, yeah, shoot him like that. Doot. Okay, sweet. I can shoot these guys, and then kill them off with shurikens. Ah, sweet. I'm running out, though, of shurikens. They're pretty handy. I mean, you can find them, like, in pretty much every chest and every vase, however you want to pronounce it. Some people just call them jars. Okay, I'm gonna kill this guy if I can. Oh, 45 whole silver and a couple shurikens around. So there goes my stuff. Hopefully Humphrey and Asher made it back to the houses where they will be chilling. And now that I have more NPCs, less enemies will spawn around. So hopefully that keeps them from spawning. Just having 2 should be good enough. I'll probably still be getting like 1 or 2. Yeah, that's definitely my moon there, that Saturn thing, because it's got phases. But I should have enough NPCs in order to keep zombies and eyeballs and stuff from spawning. I'll fill up that pit. Okay, that was a rabbit. Okay, I thought that was a zombie falling down the pit. But as you can see, Seymour has, despite his old man back, has climbed up this rope into the house, and he's now living there. In reality, he didn't climb that. Once you get like out of map range of them, they'll usually teleport into their houses, which is nice, because then if you have NPCs that are being finicky, just wait till a rainstorm or the nighttime and then just kind of walk away, and they'll just head into their rooms. So we got 33 pieces of that. So can we not make any armor? Or am I'm not close enough. Okay. So we got 25 and 20. So we need 45 pieces. So I can just make one of these. This is one defense. This is one defense. I guess it doesn't matter. But as soon as I make a helmet, as soon as you make a helmet, you basically will never see your glorious hair that you spent 3 hours on ever again. So I'm going to start off by making myself the leggings. So now I've got a total of 4 defense here. It went from 3 to 4. That's all from my 1 defense plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So yeah, I'm gonna need to place another chest or something soon. But that, so I guess, yeah, that wraps up this episode. We built another house and we made it look pretty sweet. I'm pretty proud of that. I can honestly say I'm proud of that. You learned how a house works, like how it's made. Here's the furniture I was talking about. I can make it with cactus candle, cactus lamp, candelabra, table, chest, chair, door. And in fact, just for looking nice, I'm gonna make a cactus candle, even though it uses up my cactus. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna take down this torch. I'm gonna put down the candle, because candles always look better than torches when you're putting them on a table. So that's that. It looks like the 2 NPCs weren't enough to keep this demon eye away. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. And until the next episode, this is Ragnarok from Red Forge, and I'll see you guys later.